Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Huber begins now.
A former employee at the Launceston General Hospital has spoken about a culture of cover-ups and secrecy surrounding the investigation of former pedophile nurse James Jeffrey Griffin. Victim survivors and politicians met outside Parliament House to show solidarity as the Commission of Inquiry probes allegations of child sexual abuse.
A safe space for survivors to share their stories and be heard. Among them, Daisy Ford, who worked with pedophile nurse James Griffin in the Launceston General's paediatric ward. He says he raised concerns with management about Griffin in 2018, but that fell on deaf ears.
I myself am a victim survivor and personally believe that I was re-traumatised by the institutional response.
Daisy is one of many giving evidence as part of the Commission of Inquiry into child sexual abuse, and he hopes it will create lasting change.
The statistics for us are not good, and we need a better community for our children. We need a safer environment for kids.
Tiffany SKEGGS will also speak about Mr Griffin when the inquiry probes allegations of abuse within the health service. The victim survivor says the inquiry has given her hope.
But our professionals have just, to the end of the earth, made me feel empowered and validated and like someone cares.
In the past 2 weeks, a bleak picture has been painted of multiple failings within the education department. Psychologist RENAE said she was made aware of a relief teacher known for grooming young children and moved from school to school despite allegations lingering.
Not like people were keeping an eye on that teacher, but there was nothing to actually intervene and stop that teacher from doing the behaviours until it came across our desk.
The state government has already committed to implementing all of the recommendations from the inquiry, but some are calling for legislative changes to be made now.
We need to have a look at the State Service Act, because what we know is that there's a fear within the state service about coming forward when you know that something is wrong.
Any state public servant, if they want to go and share their story, they can go and share their story now.
A chance for those in power to right the wrongs of the past and create a safer Tasmania for all children. Ainsley Kosh, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmania's COVID death toll continues to climb as the latest life was sadly claimed by the virus overnight. Infections remain below 1,000 today, with 818 recorded. 1 person remains in ICU. Tasmania's Tourism Ministry has welcomed a multi-million-dollar pledge from Labor designed to draw more holidaymakers to the northwest. A proposed adventure hub would enhance visitor experience to the Tarkine while creating local jobs in the process.
Braving the wind at Devonport this morning, Penny Wong was all smiles, standing united with her Labor colleagues to promise a better future for local tourism.
Holiday here a bit. Quite a bit, actually. Well, every Tasmanian knows the spirit of Tasmania that's behind me, and as a mainlander, I've been on it. We want people to come off that boat and go right.
A proposed investment in Project Northwest would see $12.5 million poured into a Tarkine adventure hub.
It has been a region that has missed out on that tourism renaissance over the last decade or so in Tasmania. It's time to join in.
Designed as a gateway to the region, it would offer up accommodation and a range of experiences.
It also looks like an extra 22,000 bed nights each year in the region. That, for the far northwest, is enormous.
What we've lacked for a long time is a really good attractor to drag people to the far northwest.
If elected, Labor will also support the state's largest provider of free emergency food, which has seen demand skyrocket as the cost of living hits Tasmanians hard.
$1.3 million grant to support Loaves and Fish's ongoing operation.
The campaign is heating up in the marginal seat of Braddon.
This federal funding of $4.8 million equates to around about $5,000 for beach equipment that is vital in your club and your people getting out on the beach and saving lives.
Driving down drowning deaths behind the push for the funding.
We don't have to spend as much time in the bar trying to raise money. We can we can put our time and efforts into the beach, the water safety.
Outspent on the day, the Liberals taking a parting shot at their opponents.
And again, Labor is running around throwing money like drunken sailors.
Grace Evans, 7 Tasmania News.
Motorsport Australia has suspended all tarmac rallies in the wake of a fatal crash at this year's Targa. A review panel will be established to review the incident and make recommendations. Competitor Tony Seymour died on the second day of racing in this year's event. The Queenslanders' Lotus Exige left the road at Mount Roland and fell down an embankment. No more second chances. That's the message from Tasmania Police, with conditional cautions off the table for drivers who break the law. A new strategy is being launched for National Road Safety Week, with the state in the midst of a horror time on our roads.
Tragedy is struck too often this year in Tasmania. 26 lives have been lost on the state's roads so far, including 2 in the space of just 48 hours this week. The surge leaving experts shattered.
Simply must do more to reduce the road toll and prevent the pain that is inflicted on families, on friends and on entire communities.
Current attitudes are angering senior police. One assistant commissioner left horrified whilst driving yesterday.
Disappointing, disgraceful behaviour that I actually saw. People impatient at roadworks, not willing to do the 60 kilometres that's marked to get through that roadworks to make it safer for the people who were actually working.
Police will be beefing up their presence. More speed cameras will be rolled out as a patrol blitz begins tomorrow. A dedicated road unit is also being launched.
So we need to change that perception in drivers that it'll be okay, that they can just do what they like.
To show they're serious, cautions will be wound back. Officers will no longer issue them for speeding, distraction, drink and drug driving, fatigue or seatbelt offences.
You'll get a ticket. You will receive a monetary and lose demerit points. Don't expect to get a caution, a warning.
Motorists urged to reflect this National Road Safety Week.
But we're calling on all Tasmanians to please make the right choices so that all Tasmanians get home safely.
So everyone has a personal responsibility for being a safe road user.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
Golden retrievers of all shapes and sizes have had the ultimate dog's day out, walking to raise money for Hobart's Pets in the Park charity.
It's a charity group that covers people who are less fortunate, homeless, covers their veterinary expenses and care for their pets.
To donate, visit the Pets in the Park website. In their first Tasmanian game of the Suncorp Super Netball season, Collingwood have beaten the Firebirds by 4. The Magpies led siren to siren at MyState Bank Arena as goal shooter Simona Nelson had an incredible day out, scoring 65 points. The team now travels north to play the Giants at the Silverdome this Wednesday night. It's been a mixed day for Tasmanian teams in the NBL 1. In the northwest, Thunder remain mid-table after going down to Waverley 95 points to 69. Launceston also lost to the Falcons this afternoon 92 to 85. Keely Frolling's 28 points weren't enough as Waverley overpowered the Tornadoes.
Driving down the floor into Mocky. That's the way to make an impact.
Meanwhile, the Hobart Chargers women's side remain bottom of the table after losing to the Melbourne Tigers 69-51. The men's side, however, scored a victory, winning 97 to 84. In the NPL now, and the Glenorchy Knights remain second after a hard-fought 3-1 victory over Kingborough Lions. The Knights took the lead just before half-time, but Kingborough levelled in the 75th minute via a well-taken free kick. 2 late goals helped the Knights secure the 3 points. Elsewhere, Launceston City was too strong for Olympia, defeating the Warriors 4-2.
Runs over, Krusha smashes it into the top corner! Get a minute, Krusha!
Remains on top after beating Clarence 2-0 at home, and South Hobart thumped Riverside by 6 to record its second win in a row. After a year lost due to COVID, the Tasmanian Rally Championship has begun for 2022. Somerset driver Nick Grave won his first ever stage in the competition, piloting his Subaru WRX to a 21-second victory in the Pertex Rally Natone. And Richie Port survived a chaotic day at the Giro d'Italia, protecting his top 10 overall ranking. The Tasmanian finished in the main bunch, 3.5 minutes behind stage winner Thomas de Gent, who beat a small bunch to claim the victory in Napoli.
Good evening, everyone. 20 degrees in Hobart today, and Launceston, Burnie and Devonport all 17. Across the state, Friendly Beaches and Grove both 20, Flinders Island and St Helens 19, 17 on King Island and in Smithton and Lowhead, Strawn 16 and 11 in Lyowini. Extensive cloud can be seen over northern and western Tasmania today, with more patchy cloud elsewhere. Across Australia, a weakening cloud band associated with the trough extends from the northwest of Western Australia to the Tasman Sea, while cold, speckled cloud blows over waters to the west of Tasmania. Tomorrow, a trough is crossing Tasmania in a strong westerly flow with another to the west, while a high over the Bight extends ridges over a large portion of the mainland. And we'll see west to northwesterly winds tomorrow 30 to 40 knots, decreasing to 20 to 30 knots about the central east, with swells reaching 5 to 6 metres in the west and south. And there is a severe weather warning for King Island and parts of the north, west and east coasts tomorrow, a gale warning for the central north, east and west coasts, including Banks Strait and Franklin Sound, and a strong wind warning for inshore waters around the state. A bushwalkers alert for the Western Forecast District for snow down to 700 metres, and a warning to sheep graziers for the Upper Derwent Valley and Southeast Forecast Districts. 13 degrees in Hobart tomorrow, easing showers, and 12 in Dover, ooze 11. Showers and 14 in Launceston and Devonport, Scottsdale windy and 12. Burnie reaching 13 degrees tomorrow, showers and 12 in Strawn, Stanley a top of 15. And in the east, St Helens and Swansea both partly cloudy and 14, and 13 in Ross. On Tuesday, showers more frequent about western and central areas and the Bass Strait Islands. Showers about the west, far south and central areas on Wednesday. And on Thursday, those showers continuing but fine elsewhere. 22 in Perth tomorrow, Adelaide and Melbourne 17, partly cloudy in Canberra and Brisbane reaching 28. And currently Hobart 12 degrees and partly cloudy, and 13 in Launceston and 13 in Devonport and rain. And that's all in Sunday night's weather, Lou.
Lovely, very chilly. Thanks for that, Chelsea. And that's all your news for this Sunday evening. Thanks so much for joining us. Join Kim and the team tomorrow night. Good night.